And we're live! Woo! Hi, everybody. Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Haley, go first.
Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to the Calgary Spring Investment Summit. My name is Haley Jaywish. I'm the Calgary Community Manager here at Startup TNT.
And my name is CK Dollywall. I'm the Executive Director of Startup TNT, and I'm honored to join you on stage for your first summit. It's my second summit hosting in Calgary as well, so
Woo!
How lucky are we? How lucky are we?
Thanks, CK. Before we get started, we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the ancestral lands, culture, and oral teachings of the Treaty 7 signatories, which include the Sitka Nation, Piikani Nation, Kainai Nation, the Ithka Stoney Nakoda Nation, consisting of Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Good Stoney bands, and the people of the Tsuut'ina Nation. Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3, and we're grateful here to gather tonight in the spirit of community and collaboration. Okay, so what are we all doing here tonight? We have 50 minutes for 5 companies to pitch, 5 minutes each, followed by a brief 2 to 3 minute investor Q&A period. We're running a tight ship here tonight, so for everybody presenting and coming up on the stage, please keep an eye on the clock. We really don't want to have to interrupt you, but we will if need be. At 7 p.m., we're going to take a break and ask all the investors to head up to the investor hub at the top of the stairs on my right. And while we're doing our final investor deliberations for the evening, we invite everyone else to network. There's food and drinks down to my left. Have some fun, make some friends, have a good time. We'll all reconvene here at 8 o'clock to announce our winner. So you don't want to miss that. And then a little bit after our celebration, if anybody would like to join us for the after party, we're all heading to James Joyce on Stephen Ave. I'm really excited about all of the companies that we have here to pitch tonight. Just really quickly, we have Cliniquil, Home Spritz, Jora AI, Robinson Exotech, and Solartility. Lots more to come on these companies shortly. So I'll just take a brief moment for anyone in the room that is new to the Startup TNT process. Back in March and April, we had a group of angel investors come together. Each of them threw $5,000 into a pot of money. And tonight, we're giving that pre-committed pool of capital to the winner of the evening. Over the past several weeks, our investors have reviewed a total of 52 applications. Companies have moved through multiple stages of diligence. Investors met directly with founders. They reviewed data rooms, and they worked collaboratively to evaluate and assess this group of companies. And that process has brought us here tonight's top 5 companies. Although tonight may appear as a pitch competition to many of you in the audience, it's really the final step in a diligence process that has been happening over the past 6 weeks. And by the end of the evening, we'll announce which companies our investors have chosen to back.
You know, people probably heard me talk about some of these stats before, but I just really want to reflect on this again. The $21 million of capital invested into 128 companies and 550 angel investors engaged over the past 7 years could not be possible without the community and people who show up. I mean, if you look around the stands here, we had to force everybody to get a little close because there wasn't enough seating for everybody. And I think it's a true testament to how powerful an engaged community can be. In Calgary specifically, we invested over $13 million into 39 different companies. There's 185 angels in Calgary as well. And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody here today, even those tuning in online, because everybody here, yes, please give yourselves a round of applause.
Woo!
Because everybody here and those tuning in online, every share that you put on social media about our events, the companies here, it's about activating local, and none of these impact metrics that we kind of posed today are possible without any of you. So thank you all for that. And of course, our sponsors and our partners who help make this possible. So I could go line by line for every person that's here, but I'll kind of save you a little bit and just kind of talk quickly about what our tiers are about. You know, we have community supporters, close friends, and best friends forever. We really treat our sponsorship like it's about how close you want to be to us, and I think that's really important to remember, because here, capital is important, but relationships are even more valuable than that. So I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, our partners, everybody that's here today. There's going to be a few of them coming to present some of the companies here, so if you have time to say hi to them, say thank you on our behalf, please do so. And let the pitches begin!
We'd like to welcome Jake down to the stage.
Awesome, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Young, and I'm a partner in Osler's Emerging and High Growth Companies Group based in Calgary. For those of you who don't know, Osler is a Canadian law firm that has the leading venture and startup practice in Canada, having advised on over 250 preferred share financings worth a collective $6.5 billion last year alone. We've only been able to achieve that because of the hard-earned trust and support of many of Canada's leading technology companies and VCs, and we are so grateful to have the opportunity to support Startup TNT as a critical capital allocator and a resource and everything else it is for early-stage startups here in Calgary and beyond. So without further ado, let me introduce our first startup, CliniQuil. So CliniQuil brings joy back to work for community-based nurses and allied healthcare professionals with AI-powered clinical documentation. CliniQuil is dramatically reducing administrative burden, giving healthcare providers more time and focus for what matters most, caring for their clients. So I will ask Sal Saminani from CliniQuil to please come on up.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Sal Saminani, a physician executive, 55 years old, doing his first pitch. I'm CEO and co-founder of CliniQuil. This is Sikin, my wife. She's right over there. Sikin is the sole occupational therapist in multiple First Nations around Calgary. And she spends her day driving from home to home where she sees her clients, usually without internet and without access to a cell phone. She spends a lot of her time on the phone where she's calling clients, their families, suppliers, the hospital. And when she's back at the health center, she's regularly consulting with her nursing and physician colleagues. And she's trying to keep track of all of this in her notebook and in her head, completing her documentation at the end of the day, or actually at the end of the week, which is bad for patient care. And she spends about 40 to 50% of her time in paperwork. And this limits the number of clients she can see. This fractures her attention when she's with her clients. It adds to her documentation, her cognitive burden, and her frustration. And she hates this part of her job. And she's no different than the 150,000 community-based nurses and allied healthcare professionals in Canada. AI scribes are not an experimental category. Canada Health InfoWay, the designated national digital health coordinating body, funded 10,000 licenses last year for 9 pre-selected vendors, none of whom met Sikin's needs. So, despite not having a product and being off cycle and the program being closed, InfoWay still funded us to build and evaluate CliniQuil. Why? Well, they know our team, including the co-founders of CliniQuil that have spent 18 years building for this workforce, and they know the level of innovation, adoption, and interoperability we've achieved in Alberta, not found anywhere else in the country. And we also gave them many reasons why the current scribes don't work, including they don't work without internet in Canada. How much of our workforce is rural? They only work with voice. Well, images are very important to documentation. Tessa, the home care nurse in the picture, is taking, in the slide, is taking a picture of a wound on one of her clients. Most scribes assume structured appointments. but our users have this non-linear, longitudinal workflow that I already described. And no offense, our users are not going to prompt engineer or build their own custom templates. So we have the tooling to rapidly produce custom outputs for every one of our users. 8 months after Clinical funded us, they released their independent interim evaluation to their Scribe program, and it included this slide. And the slide shows us two things. Number one, nurses are not adopting the current scribes the same way as other clinic-based professionals are. And number two, this market is wide open. The people who are adopting it are early innovators. We started building in February, and we've done the work to make sure that our product is ready and that it's hard to copy. Regular iteration and feedback from more than 60 design partners. The only independent study from university-based research partners on the impact of the Scribe in a community-based nursing setting in Canada, and a privacy and security posture and experience and relationships that foster trust. So our plan is to start in one large segment where we already have 3 enterprise relationships and 3 niche segments where we already have early traction and no competitors. This is a standard SaaS opportunity. Our users today, again, are innovators, and we expect them to move to early adopters and early majority over the next 3 years. And we expect our users, our revenue, our margins, and our efficiency to improve as we scale and as we reach that magic early majority tipping point. Last week, InfoWay committed another 125 First Nations licenses for 1 year, the second time they have funded us. We have the team, the product, the validation, the market. We launch commercially on Monday, and I hope some of you will be there with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sal. That was amazing. And I've heard about this before, but it gets better every time. When we were talking earlier, you mentioned some recently announced changes for yourself and the team. Would you share that with everyone here?
Sure. Yesterday, I stepped down officially as Okaki's CEO, our current company, and I will assume full-time CEO role Monday with our commercial launch. And one of the other co-founders and one of our senior leadership team in Okaki will assume the CEO role.
Fantastic and very exciting. So you mentioned your departure from Okaki. What are some of the successes and the learnings and the relationships specifically that you're bringing from that experience to the clinical business?
Sorry, the learnings, the relationships?
And successes.
And successes. Okay, well, some of the successes. Okaki's very different. Although we were a for-profit, we really operated like a nonprofit, meaning we were committed to objectives with no sense of sustainability. And some of our successes include, you all have complete immunization records at the point of care today in Alberta because of us. This province has a province-wide prescription monitoring program for opioids, benzos, antibiotics that no other province has because of us. The First Nations in Alberta have electronic health records and interoperability, and no other province does because of us, and we have a few more. I think the biggest learning, so we've had a massive amount of learning and challenge and failures over 18 years, and I think the biggest learnings that will help us in this venture are a real understanding of this target population of the customer. I think number one, the ability to grind and have grit and stay with it and be patient. And I think I call it just keeping that golfer's mentality. Don't get happy with the successes. Don't get mad with or upset with the downs. I think those are the big ones.
Am I allowed to squeeze in one more question?
Time.
Oh, we're out of time. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I talked too much.
Woo!
Hi everyone, I'm Brianne Kushnerek, representing MMP as a sponsor of this exciting event. MMP is a Canadian firm helping entrepreneurs navigate various tax and accounting strategies. I work with small business owners like many of yourselves on a daily basis and enjoy being able to provide the financial expertise for you to stay focused on what you do best, which is running and growing your business. I'm introducing Jansel Kane, a founder of HomeSpritz, as one of the top 5 finalists. HomeSpritz is rethinking the residential cleaning industry with a cleaner first model focused on improving working conditions, retention, and service quality. By combining technology-enabled operations with a strong emphasis on supporting cleaning professionals, the company is building a more reliable experience for both cleaners and homeowners. So congratulations.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, my name is Jansel. I'm co-founder and CEO of HomeSpritz. Let's admit it, cleaning your house sucks. Hiring a reliable cleaner can be even worse. Oh, it's so frustrating. Whichever company you go with, by the time you get used to someone, boom, new person. No consistency, no trust, no relationship. This revolving door of the cleaners is the biggest problem in residential cleaning. And it hurts cleaners too. Terribly low pay, poor working conditions creates extremely high turnover. And that turnover directly impacts the client experience. So we took a different approach and we broke this revolving door. HomeSpritz built a platform to connect families and cleaners directly. Cleaning is not just about cleaning your house. It's about the human connection and trust. HomeSpritz helps you find someone your dogs would wait at the door for. We're growing fast. We're on track for $2 million in revenue in 2026. We're not just another cleaning service. While other companies all focus only on clients and mistreated cleaners directly impacting the client experience, we took a different approach and found our secret. We focused on the cleaners. We were the very first certified living wage employers for house cleaning in Alberta, and our platform provides comprehensive support to build the loyalty with our cleaners. Happy cleaners make happy clients. We use AI to automate quoting, scheduling, cleaner matching, payment processing, communication throughout the platform. You get to have direct communications with your cleaners. No more middle companies being the messengers. All cleaners are fully vetted, so you can rest assured and trust who's coming into your home. There's no other company or platform that provides all of this like we do. Let the numbers speak. Our cleaner turnover is roughly 20% compared to 300% industry average. We keep our cleaners, and our cleaners keep our clients. Over 85% of our clients are repeat clients. That's the power of solving both sides of the problem for the marketplace. Sorry. Our business model is simple. So we take 33% fee from every cleaning, and it's a recurring revenue model. We don't always chase after people. We keep our people. And that's what creates a recurring revenue engine. We are currently operating in Alberta and BC, and we've recently expanded to GTA in Ontario as well. We dream big. Residential cleaning is a $12 billion market in North America alone. And we want to capture 1% of that, $120 million a year. Our technology allows us to launch into new markets without building any physical branches or buying vehicles. We can recruit vetted cleaners, onboard clients, process payments, manage bookings, everything through one scalable platform. We have the right team to do it. I have my master's in social work, have worked in human services for over 10 years. I know how to motivate, engage, and connect with people. Nick is the full stack developer with full experience in building technology platforms, especially on-demand platforms. He leads our website, booking platforms, and automation. Will has an MBA with finance specialization, and he leads our finance, analytics, and our business strategy. So all together, we have our human side, technology side, and financial side of scaling this platform. We've been operating successfully for over about 8 years now, and we have so much data in understanding this market, customer behavior, cleaner retention, and operational data. We believe we've built one of the largest real-world data set in this space. We are raising $500,000 US dollars round to focus on marketing and further automation to accelerate our growth and expand across Canada. We already have our lead investor secured for half of the amount already. So please come chat with me if you're interested in growing with us. HomeSpritz is ready to mop up the market. Thank you.
Great presentation, Yancel. It's great to be on stage with you again. So I did Yancel's Q&A the first time she appeared on the TNT stage, and that was 4 years ago maybe, and I've watched this company grow. So I'm a loyal customer. I love this service and will continue to be a great customer. So if you need a cleaner, check it out. But I want to talk about where we've come in the last 4 years, and let's talk about some of your new growth opportunities as well as the platform. You've built an exciting platform. What can you do with it, and what are your plans with it?
Yeah, so we have two big growth plans for us. So first thing is we plan to grow our HomeSpritz platform by adding related services, such as carpet cleaning, window cleaning, and etc. We've launched the carpet cleaning into our services, and demand has been strong because the clients like bundling services together through one trusted platform. The second goal and our biggest vision is to white label our platform. At its core, HomeSpritz is not a cleaning service. We are building infrastructure for service marketplace. So once we really prove our scalability in cleaning business, we want to expand this into other service industries through white labeling and also marketplace partnerships. So with that, we are transforming HomeSpritz from cleaning marketplace into a scalable service platform company. Thank you.
Great. One last question, and it's something we talked about your very first time on the stage. You hire cleaners. A lot of them are immigrants and new Canadians. Can you talk a little bit about why you chose to go in this route with your business and talk about how the successes you've seen from it?
A lot of our cleaners are newcomers and also single moms. So the cleaners who are getting into the business require different needs than typical jobs. So that's usually why they get into it and the flexibility they can get from those jobs. So because we are doing this contracting and providing those flexible work and flexible working environment and doing the respect, our cleaners actually get what they deserve while they love doing. So they can actually make their living. They show up work very happy. Newcomers, the single moms taking care of kids, different needs of their hours and their flexibility, and they bring that happiness into the clients' homes. And that really brought up with our vision and what we wanted to do to make the difference in the community.
Amazing. Like you said, happy cleaners, happy clients, and happy client. Thank you, Yancel.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Craig Elias. I am a Technology Development Advisor. How many people in the room have a TDA? Hands up. That all? All the way up. Come on, it's not a disease. Okay, for those of you who don't know what a TDA is, I work for a group called Alberta Innovates. We are a crown corporation that is owned by the province. There's 11 of us scattered across the province. There's actually a second one of us in the room. Jen, do you want to stand up for a second? So, our job is to help technology founders do three things. One, commercialize their technology. 2, connect them with folks that can help make that happen faster. And 3, help them apply for and spend wisely non-dilutive funding, AKA grants. How many people in the room have bought a house or sold a house in the last 2 years? Anybody bought or sold a house in the last 2 years? When you go to buy or sell a house, you have to transfer ownership. It's called conveyance. Today, that is a manual, time-consuming, error-prone process. The next company is going to hopefully help us change that. The next speaker just spent a bunch of years in Tokyo. He recently moved to Calgary 12 months ago. They're already doing almost $350,000 in annual recurring revenue. So please, a warm Calgary welcome for Cameron Long from Jora. Cameron, take it away.
Thank you so much. All right, I think Craig kind of spoiled some of the stuff I want to talk about already. Thank you. So, if you found buying or selling your house a particular pain in the ass for you, I guarantee you that a real estate lawyer dealing with 50 of these closings a month or 2 of these a day has a much worse life and had a much harder time than you did. Because his job is basically just to wrangle the chaos. He's got to get you to get your documents in. Potentially you went on vacation just before your signing appointment. The bank's late on the money, so you have to go back to your clients. All sorts of emails are piling up in your inbox, and you just have no time to just do your job. And I'm from Jora. I'm Cameron. I'm the CTO, and I want to make his life better. Oh, I went backwards. So, the dirty secret of real estate law is that it's highly repetitive, as in it's the same documentation being signed by the same people over and over and over again every single time a property is bought or sold or refinanced. And what's unique to real estate law is that you're paid per transaction, as in that there's no billable hours here. So if you're a lawyer, efficiency quickly becomes the core of your business. And I keep going backwards. I'm holding it backwards. That would make sense. So, existing solutions that you have or software to run your practice don't really help you manage the complexity of all the things I just talked about. They happen to just generate documentation for you, but what you're left with, running a small business, is creating manual workflows that are highly error-prone. And this is illustrated by the fact that Land Titles of Alberta is 4 months behind on its registrations. So you're waiting 4 months for your deals to close, you have 100 on your desk already, and you have more coming in the door every day. So you're often left with just hiring more people and throwing more people at the problem to scale your business. And that just kills the margins. So what we've done is we've created Jora, an AI-powered platform to make real estate closings feel like magic. And Jora then becomes the missing puzzle piece that sits in between all of these lenders, the realtors, whomever, all of these parties, to sync and facilitate and orchestrate the work that needs to be done. The work often falls apart at the seams between everybody, you know. They're like, did you get my fax? This email chain has v2, v3 underscore final.pdf of the contract. Did you get that one? Because it has an important amendment. So we're trying to create something where everybody plugs into this platform and nothing gets slipped through the cracks. And for lawyers, we want to abstract away all of the meaningful or meaningless work that they do. The document ingestion and review, the scraping of data, validating data, raising issues of things that could kill their deal. We want to give them, through this AI-powered workflow, not just a workflow, but a 24/7 world-class paralegal that just moves their files forward. The lawyers only then need to step in for legal review and approvals. And what Craig said was right. We're out of pilot now, we're in market, and we have 2 firms that we're working with that net us about $330,000 of annualized revenue. We've signed 5 additional contracts that'll kick in October that will net us about $2.5 million of annualized revenue by the end of this year. And the law firms that we're working with have already seen a huge increase in their efficiency. So same lawyers doing the same deals are netting tons of extra hours, which means a meaningful revenue increase to their business. And it's important to understand that even though at the smallest lawyer, a solo man doing 30 closings a month, still has a high enterprise value to us. So they can be worth up to $54,000 a year in our base contract price. Scaling this all the way up to a multi-office firm that does 500 closings a month would net us about $1 million in contract value. And this conveyancing process exists in every real estate market in the world. We're initially focused on the British common law countries, as in the workflow is mostly the same, the documentations and parties involved are mostly the same. So we can create one platform that exists in all of these nations with a total addressable market of about $1 billion. And we already have the team necessary to make this Jora magic. We're led by one of the largest real estate firms in Western Canada for conveyancing. Paired with that, an ex-Goldman Sachs team that's used to building billion-dollar trading platforms. So we know this market inside and out, and we have the engineering power to make something truly amazing. So now we're ready to scale this. So we already earn revenue. We already have a market product that delivers value to customers from day number one. So our objectives now are to hit the ground running for the sales cycle this year, expand our product offering, and start to make moves for our expansion globally. Thank you so much. Trade you if you want. I'll cut across. I'm sure.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Cam. That's as someone who dabbles a bit in real estate investment and purchases and sales, I think I'm going to be looking for a firm that's using Jora. So you mentioned the numbers there are pretty impressive. 2 law firms on board right now, 330K. Tell us a bit about global expansion. You mentioned the British Commonwealth and being easily adaptable in those countries. What about going after other markets? Is Jora easily adaptable to other legal systems and other practices?
Yeah, you bet. So at its fundamental level, all this becomes is creating workflow that's enabled by AI. So when you're building this as an engineer, you're trying to create building blocks that allow you to expand to these different places. So for example, and why we're focused so much on the UK, is that the same pieces of the pie that need to happen in a real estate deal maybe just are split in different ways. So maybe the seller's lawyer is responsible for different things than the buyer's lawyer is, depending on where we are even in Canada. So we really have to think about which pieces fit where and which parts that we can create to break off and like white box and white glove for other parts of the world. So that's deeply part of our I'll say, engineering thought process.
Well, it sounds like a great opportunity for growth just with the numbers you showed us already. On that topic, the revenue. So I think I heard a number of $150 per transaction. How do you see that changing or evolving as you move forward? Are your clients, do they tend to be pretty sticky? Or do you think you'll have to move the number much, or is that a pretty economical number both for you and for law firms?
Sure. So the nice news about this is that it's a client disbursement. So there's not a whole lot of price sensitivity because they end up just passing that on to the clients. I'm sorry. But it's really a breakdown of a couple different things because there's a couple different services that we can provide other than just the base price, which is identity verification, integration, as well as title insurance kickbacks that we get for them using our system. So it really is the base price, I think, will stay relatively stable, and it has for the last couple of years, as in the kind of incumbents have, there's 2 points I want to make, is that one of the incumbents charges as high as $350 a file, but everybody is upset with them for doing that. So there's kind of some price pressure to go lower. So $150 I think seems totally reasonable, but again, it's a client disbursement, so not very many people are that price sensitive in terms from a lawyer's perspective.
Okay,
Yeah.
and right now you're doing a raise of 1.5
That's
million,
right.
I think it is.
Yeah.
What do you anticipate using the funds for to grow and scale?
So the most important thing for us is that the sales cycle for lawyers starts September 1st and ends April 1st. Is over the summer, they're way too busy to onboard a software. They don't even really particularly looking at it. So if we want to reach something where our enterprise contract value is so high, it's so important for us to hit the ground running with as much resources as we have to sign 10 to 15 contracts over the summer. So by this time next year, we're probably hitting $8 to $10 million of annualized revenue. That's really capable if we throw some legwork at it.
That's fantastic. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Guy. I'm with the Hunter Hub, and I'm here tonight to ask you for $500,000 for 1% equity in the Hunter Hub. I'm kidding. Guy Levesque, I'm one of the best friends of the startup TNT working at the Hunter Hub. Shout out to Ricky and Sanjeevni who are here tonight repping the group. What do? We're the place where we build entrepreneurial talent to ensure Calgary's and Canada's bright future by serving the University of Calgary community from first year undergrads all the way to faculty members who are looking to enter an entrepreneurial journey, whether that's a lifestyle business or a billion-dollar tech. We do it all, and we support them and make sure that they are here to make Calgary a prosperous city. When I got the intro for the fourth company that we're going to pitch tonight, I said, Reed Robinson, isn't he like part of the Fantastic Four? No, that's Reed Richards. Believe me, Reed Robinson is even better than the Fantastic Four. Robinson Exotech has developed the next generation mobility device, the X-Leg. The X-Leg is designed to improve safety and mobility for people that are recovering from injury or managing mobility challenges. The company continues to this day to develop X-Leg to further enhance the user-focused design and improve day-to-day mobility during recovery. X-Leg, the evolution of recovery. Reed Robinson, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Paul. All right. Whew. Okay.
Other way. Nice.
And just forward and back. Where do we go?
Right.
Whew. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Reed Robinson. I'm the founder of Exotech Corp, creator of the X-Leg. So my whole story started back in January of 2015 when I was in a terrible car crash. I shattered all the bones in my lower right leg. I had 13 surgeries in order to save my leg. And between surgery 10 and 11, I designed and built the first X-Leg that I was able to go out in the park and play soccer with my kids while having a broken plate in my leg. So my main challenges with current crutches or crutch alternatives are navigating stairs, getting in and out of vehicles, or using your hands to carry something as you're going about your day. There's also 40,000 injuries each year in the US from simply using crutches. So the solution is the X-Leg, a revolutionary, wearable, hands-free crutch alternative that allows you to walk normally while remaining non-weight bearing. I should probably just be walking around while I'm talking, and so you guys can see it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this is basically the competition. As you can see, yes, X-Leg outperforms the rest by far, and I'm going to hit on some of those points in the following slides. So to begin, unique design, as I said, so it's the only crutch alternative that gives you complete full range of motion while remaining non-weight bearing, and also control of partial weight bearing, which when a doctor tells you, hey, bear 25% of your body weight, how do you do that with crutches? No one's told me how to do that yet. We're first to market, so patented in Canada, US, Australia, and China, pending in 30 countries in Europe through an international patent. We're also registered with the FDA as a Class 1 medical device. Proven market, so the X-Leg is in use all over the world for different injuries or different conditions. The X-Leg is user-focused, our design, so all the enhancements and improvements that we make are based on user feedback. Medical studies. So we've got 3 medical studies in the queue, one being currently conducted by Colorado State University. Another is pending approval from the Chilean government. It's a group of universities and hospitals that want to do that study. And then I've just engaged with the University of Calgary, who have great interest in helping me with the R&D and another medical study. Market overview. Market is huge. So our near-term achievable goal of $10 million is just scratching the surface at 0.28% of that market. So we're looking to blow this up. And yeah, I need your help doing that. So the growth strategy is aggressive marketing. So the opportunity is there's a huge untapped US and Canadian market. We have a single website. We've had little to no marketing spend. And I've kept it afloat. We're not making money. We sell about 40 units a year. But the thing is, it works. And the world doesn't know about it. That's the biggest problem. And so we're going after the marketing very aggressively. Untapped distribution channels, of course, is online. We want to hit hard with digital marketing. We're going to go after brick and mortar to do flow through initially, and then online medical distribution companies as well. And then local rental and trial program out of the X-Leg storefront. All right, so how will your investment be spent? So be spent to keep pace with demand. So we're going to blast out as much marketing as we can, local, national, and international. And the CapEx will be spent to set up that initial facility, so we centralize manufacturing, and we've got a storefront. The OpEx is obviously just to carry forward and keep pace with that demand, which we can scale very quickly. So I'll draw your attention to the revenue and profit chart with the yellow and green. So if you take a look, those margins are 19%, 41%, 46%, and 56% as we scale up to 10 million. So this is the original team that helped me get the X-Leg to where it is today. This is version 5, and there's more versions coming. Handsome guy. I'd like to just round it off and just say, I've done all the heavy lifting. So there's a proven product, proven market. There's no barriers for regulation. Registered with the FDA. Health Canada is no issue. We've had a medical device establishment license previously. So clear path to medical advantage and insurance coverage and zero company debt. So I want to blow this up and I need your help.
Well, thank you very much, Reed. I also would like to see this thing blow up, but first I would like to know, you mentioned more advancements in the product, different versions. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So currently we hold inventory of approximately 100 units that are in some form of production. So we've been manufacturing in small volume. This is we want to blow that up. We want large scale manufacturing and blow it up. So that's what we have for the version 5. I'm very excited about the version 6. We already have it designed. It's ready to go. It's going to be a pound lighter than this one. This comes in at just under 7 pounds. The next one will be just under 6 pounds. The more exciting piece is the version 7. So as soon as we get the version 6 started, I'm going after the version 7, which our target is to make that into an off-the-shelf product. Whether it's one size fits all or it's a small, medium, large, we want people to be able to inventory it, go into your Shoppers Drug Mart, see it, be able to pick the size that you need, and away you go. Or even walk into the hospital wearing it, right?
So I compare this to compression stockings because you can just go in and get them in your size. It's the same gist, right? It's different, right? It just makes it easy. The next thing I want to touch on, Reed, is I think what you've presented here shows a great investment opportunity for the group. But I want you to tell us a little bit about the advantage to the community and the society. Tell us how many people in Calgary have this need on an annual basis, and what does that mean for our community when they can use the X-Leg instead of crutches?
You guys can look at that too. So that is a great question, and so I can spit out some quick numbers. So here in Calgary alone, every year we have 60,000 people that use crutches to some extent due to injury or long-term condition. So that's fantastic. That's a big market. So having that storefront is going to bring in business to begin with. Nationally, we've got 1 million people here in Canada. And then, of course, on the south of the border, we've got 6 million. So it is a transient population, but that's our market. Now, the thing is that once we have the medical studies in place, we can be registered with all the insurance companies. Once we're registered with those insurance companies, then there's no barrier to someone getting this. When there's no barrier and there's the cost is gone, there's a huge advantage because you're going to be able to get back to work sooner. You're going to have less atrophy. These are all things that we've seen. Less atrophy, less physiotherapy. You're going to be back to work sooner, so less downtime, less chance of blood clots. And this society, it's going to lower the cost of the total cost of injury for the individual and for society and for insurance companies.
So everyone can get back to their life sooner. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Hello. Wow. So many familiar faces. Nice to meet you and see you all again. My name is Kimabani Yamaguchi. I'm the ecosystem specialist here at Platform Calgary. Before we dive in, I'd love to get a quick read of the room. Hands up if you've been at a platform event or it's not your first time here. Perfect. Hands down, and hands up if it's your first time here. Holy, that's good. Well, thank you so much for coming. For those who just raised your hand, a huge warm welcome. To give you a quick idea of who we are, Platform Calgary is a nonprofit member-based organization, and our mandate is to bring together resources of Calgary's tech ecosystem to help startups launch and grow at every step of their journey from ideation to scale. You'd think I'd memorize that by now. We know that building a tech business is really hard, but doing it in Calgary means you have incredible broad ecosystem support right beside you. We're so excited to play a vital role in bringing this community together, connecting founders with the programming, mentors, and investors that they need. But we certainly can't do it alone. A perfect example of that, Community in Action, is our very close collaboration with Startup TNT. We get to see the very real, tangible impact that they have on founders every single day, and it's incredible to see experience. So give a round of applause. Thank you, Startup TNT. It's exactly that kind of collaborative ecosystem that brings us the real reason why we're here today. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce our final company of the evening. Solartility currently operates as an electric retailer, helping homeowners with solar systems optimize their energy use and maximize export revenue when selling excess electricity back to the grid. The company is also building Alberta's first retail virtual power plant to aggregate distributed energy resources, improve grid stability, and unlock even greater value for solar-producing households. Please join me in giving a massive round of applause for Solartility.
You're more technical than I am. Thanks, everybody, for having us here. We're truly grateful. Imagine the average home in Alberta. It's connected to the power grid by a wire. The utility goes into the home, the homeowner pays for the power, and that's the end of the story. That model is breaking. The grid in Alberta was built decades ago, and it was built for a world that no longer exists. The population is increasing, homes are electrifying, people are driving EVs, and the advent of data centers and AI hyperscalers is putting increasing pressure on the grid. Meanwhile, it takes 10 years to build a new power plant, and almost that long again to build the transmission lines. We're falling behind. So what are we going to do? You might think, well, let's just build more utilities faster. But the smart answer is, why don't we use what we already have? There's 45,000 homes in Alberta with solar panels on the roof. But all those systems are what we call grid blind, meaning those panels on the roof and that battery in the garage serve only that home. If the grid is screaming for electricity because there's a heat wave, all those systems sit idly by and can't help anybody else. Imagine instead if those systems were grid aware, connected together with intelligent software. What's that you say? The grid needs 20 minutes of power immediately? No problem. The software wakes up thousands of batteries and directs them to put energy into the grid immediately. The homeowner doesn't notice. The utility company doesn't have to spend another $1 billion on a new power plant. And everyone, from the homeowner to the utility to us, gets paid. This is what we're building. Output the same as a new generation plant, zero concrete poured. Metrics for our retail business. The traditional retail company makes $5 to $10 per month per customer. We make 50. This is a 5 to 10 times margin advantage. And it's not because we charge more. It's because fundamentally we have a different cost structure. Traditional solar retailers spend 50% of their margin on affiliate salespeople. We don't. They also have to hedge their electricity purchases, and that's expensive. But because we manage batteries, we don't have to do that. We don't have that risk. We also keep the margin on imports during high export periods where our competitors aren't able to do that. Today, we have 1,050 paying customers, and we're adding 8 to 10 new customers every day. At our margins, that's $630,000 a year and climbing. This isn't theoretical. We have 35 operating homes in the Blanchford development in Edmonton. This is Canada's first retail battery virtual power plant. The CBC did a thing on it last September. We have $4 million in non-dilutive funding across 3 committed projects. We won a kind of a landmark regulatory decision with Alberta Utilities Commission in 2022 that really set the stage for all of this to happen. And currently we're in negotiations developing a 10 megawatt utility commercial contract. This is the Blanchford project. Our partners are EPCOR, the utility, Landmark, the developer, Sonnen, the battery supplier, the City of Edmonton, the University of Calgary. This is a coalition, not a pitch. Today we have 35 houses live. By mid-27, we'll have 100. And this is where the story gets interesting. The average homeowner can't afford to drop 30 to 40K on a new solar system and a battery. Our solution is to get rid of that cost. We're standing up an independent fund, initially $40 million. This fund will pay for all the equipment and the installation costs for 1,000 homes. The homeowners will sign long-term contracts with us to purchase electricity from us at prices lower than what they're paying today. They're saving money from day one. The fund is making a good return from those payments, and we get 1,000 batteries to dispatch onto the grid and make grid services revenue, in addition to the additional retail revenue that we're going to make. This is how we go from 35 homes to 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000. We're raising $1 million today through a SAFE, which will convert when our priced seed round happens in about 4 months. Your $1 million today will be worth $1.7 million on paper 4 months from now. The round today takes us to the seed. The seed takes us to limited partnership and $40 million. The limited partnership takes us to 1,000 homes. The 1,000 homes gets us to the Series A. We're transitioning the grid from the top down, using the sun in the sky and software in the clouds, one rooftop at a time, and we'd love to have you with us. Thank you.
Shane, great presentation. I just want to say that I find what you're building super fascinating. You're taking normal people like you and I, and what you're really doing is you're saving us money, also alleviating stress on the grid, right? So can you just kind of walk us through why you chose to solve this problem, why you believe now is the right time, and how your backgrounds really help you unlock this business?
My name is Kelly, I'm co-founder, CEO. The answer is look outside. Who thinks it's hot out today? We've got 30-degree weather. Let's see a round of hands. It's getting extreme, and climate change is real. Our primary motivation is to make a macro impact on carbon reduction. So if we scale out 1,000 homes, we can reduce carbon emissions in Alberta by 0.5 megaton per year. It's significant. We have to take immediate collective action. We have to do it together, and we have to do it now.
Do I have time for one more question? Quick one? 8 seconds. Okay. Can you tell us
That's
what
a rodeo.
Solar Turley wants to be when it grows up? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'll let you. What do you want to be when we grow up? Yeah. In a single phrase, the operating system of the future grid. Canada, the federal government just announced by 2050, we have to double the grid size. And we have to transition to renewables and to distributed energy. That requires a new operating system, and that's what Solar Utility aspires to be.
Awesome, thank you.
Wow. Those are some really great pitches. Who's ready to cut a check?
Not yet, it seems. Not yet. I can feel it. I can feel the energy in the room there. So what's going to happen?
So in just a moment, I'm going to ask all of the investors to meet me in the deliberation room. But first, just a couple of housekeeping notes from CK.
Yes. So we got a bit of time to hang out, have fun, make friends, even build companies right down there. It might be possible. We've seen it before. But in the meantime, you notice this QR code here, and Fred. Oh no, Fred. I'm blind. I'm so sorry, Fred. Fred's right here. Fred, give his hand one more time. That's Fred. You see him taking photos tonight. He's doing it all over the room. There's going to be some amazing moments he's going to capture for us all to see for years to come. And if you actually scan that QR code, what's really great by this local company called Live Pics, you'll actually see all the photos that Fred's taking in real time. So that way, if you want to make sure that they're updated, they're uploaded the way you want, please make sure you can scan that QR code. You'll be able to see everything in real time, and then we'll be sending the link out to everybody as well.
And the QR code is posted around the room somewhere. If Marian is somewhere, wave your hand. He can share more information.
Nobody can see him, but he's just on the other side. He's a real person on the other side of this place here by the flower pots. But yes, there should be some QR codes as well. Yeah. Fantastic. And of course, we have our after party. So, the evening has only really just begun. And so once we complete the deliberations, we'll make the announcement, and then everybody's going to be heading over to James Joyce for the after party there. And of course, we do have a limited budget. We're a nonprofit. We struggle with some of those costs, and some of the costs include drinks for everybody. So if you want to donate to the bar tab tonight, please send an e-transfer to cheers@startuptnt.com. I'm a little bit competitive. I am also from Edmonton. Please don't boo me. But what you need to remember is right now, they've donated quite a bit. They're making us look really bad. So if anybody wants to donate to somebody tonight, that'd be phenomenal. Chris Weinhoppel, I'm terribly sorry if I butchered your name. Chris is right there. Thank you so much, Chris. You donated tonight. I really appreciate that.
Woo!
Round of applause for Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
So join Chris. Donate if you'd like. If you have the availability capacity to do so, that'd be fantastic. And
so we're going to put a timer up. We'll meet you back in 60 minutes.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You probably can't see me, but believe it or not, I'm on the stairs. Hello. Thank you so much for your patience and for mingling. I'd love if everybody could start making their way back to the stage so we can make our announcement for the winner this evening. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. Oh, very good. Oh. It's on us now. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. We really appreciate your time. I also appreciate the great conversations I was hearing down there. Haley, how are you feeling?
Whew, it was some intense conversations in that
Turn on.
deliberation room. It is on.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me? This is always my most favorite part of the evening. It was very intense discussions, heated debate. We almost didn't make it back in time, but boy, have we got news for you. But first.
Oh, but wait, there's more. So again, quick reminder, after party doesn't end just here. We're going to be going to James Joyce once Platform Calgary tells us to leave because we're partying too much, understandably so. And of course, if you still want to donate to the bar tab tonight, we are in a little bit of a competition with the Edmonton folks right now. So if you want to support your local founders and make sure everyone's having a good time tonight, please donate to cheers@startuptnt.com. And there's a few folks that I want to shout out real quick about of who've donated already tonight, starting with Kyle Konofsky. Where are you, Kyle? There he is. Kyle with a big donation here. Eden, if you're here, please raise your hand so we know. Even if I can't see you, I appreciate you. Amos as well coming in with a big donation, and along with Colin Baker from Access Insurance. And
Thank you, Colin.
Thank you, Colin from Access Insurance. And our last donation is coming from Denise, the Grant Sherpa.
The Grand Sherpa.
Thank you so much.
If you don't know Denise, come find us after the event. We'll make an introduction. She's a good person to know.
If you don't know, then you'll know, neighbor. And so we're going to move on to our next piece here.
Please.
And
no,
the winner.
No. First, we have to thank people.
Okay, we're going back.
We really want to thank everybody that's been involved in the culminating of what's led us to tonight. Obviously, our founders, our investors, we appreciate you, our AV team, our bar, our students, our volunteers. Who did I miss?
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you so
all.
much.
Big round of applause to everybody, please.
Are we going to get a drum roll?
Can we get a drum roll going, please?
And the winner
the
winner of the Calgary Spring Summit is Robinson Exotech.
Woo!
Come say a word. Come say. Reed, do you have anything to say?
No, I can't stop smiling. Thank you very much. You guys have no idea what this means to me. My God, I had a list of like 20 different people to thank. Alberta Innovates, NRC, Haley, you're wonderful. Of course, Rocco. Sorry, who am I? Loren, yeah. Thank you. There you guys. It's so terrible. So yes, thank you everyone for all of your support. Of course, my original business partners as well. Am I on the clock? No. Can I keep going? No. Okay. Yeah, this has been it's been a long journey up to this point, and I've been at this for 10 years, grinding it out, and I'm ready. I'm ready for 10 years more. And the thing is, tomorrow that's when my real job starts. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to be updating my LinkedIn profile to now be the COO of Exotech Corp, and I'm going to be leaving IT in the dust. Sorry, guys.
Reed, we're definitely going to put you to work. So we have a couple of side deals that are in the works. So we will not be announcing side deals tonight, but know that there may be one or two announcements in the coming week or two. Why don't we invite all the founders up for a picture, the investors? Let's take a picture. We can close it out for the evening, I think. For the online attendees.
For the online attendees, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Again, you being there online, tuning in, getting that viewership, sharing in your network. Every share goes a long way, so thank you so much. And for everyone else here tonight, thank you. Again, the power of community is strong, and you guys all showed up to demonstrate that today.
Woo!
And I guess while we're getting the rest of the photos and things like that, again, folks, there are still some pieces of pizza left, or we actually had all the pizza. There might be a few more pieces there. But of course, please mingle, mix, hang out here for a bit. And then, of course, we're going to be headed to James Joyce for about 9 o'clock once we're done cleaning up here. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate your time, your energy, and everything you brought tonight. And we look forward to the Fall Summit.